How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man. Ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful ladies and my glorious gentlemen, my boys and my girls. It has been a long time coming, but finally, I've managed to put together the time and effort to pull all of this shit together to finally bring you guys this video. Now, if you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, then let me explain. About 2 months ago, or at least almost 2 months ago, I made a video doing a call to action to all of you to basically bring you guys together to help me come up with, I guess, a more definitive answer to a question that has been asked by many otakus out there. We can all agree that we all love our anime, and because of that, there have been plenty of people who make top 5, top 10, top 20, top 50, top 100, top 1000 best anime list. But I thought to myself, we don't really have one of those for manga. And because I myself went out of my way to actually create my own version of the top 100 anime series of all time, which also just so happens to be, so far as of the recording of that video and this video, the single-handedly biggest anime poll that has ever been conducted on the internet. Thanks for that, guys. I figured we could probably pull together and do the same, but this time for manga. And I'm very happy to say that we have finally gotten our results. Because here today, I can finally present to you guys the official top 100 manga series of all time, according to the international anime community. You guys pulled through like fucking crazy this time around. We got so many views and so many votes on this poll. It was insane. And this is the part where I kind of try to make excuses as to why this video took so goddamn long for me. I got a lot of help in creating the top 100 anime poll, and so I was relatively able to bring out that video, the results of that video, a rather shorter time compared to this one. But this time I decided to take matters into my own hand and basically create this poll single-handedly. And maybe if I told you guys exactly how many votes we managed to pull into this poll, maybe if I told you that number, it would give me at least a little bit of leeway to excuse myself for taking so long to create this video, because I don't know if you've ever sat down and tried to count up 160,000 votes. Yeah, you heard me correctly. This is important, so I'm gonna repeat myself. 160,000 votes! That's a lot of votes, and especially for one person to count up by himself. But yeah, it's absolutely extraordinary. I crunched the numbers. We had over 47,000 of you participants voting 160,000 times on this one poll about manga. That's fucking absurd. And I saw all of you guys, you know, spreading this poll on, you know, Twitter and Instagram, and I also saw some posts on stuff like Reddit and even on 4chan. So it's fucking incredible that we managed to get such a massive amount of votes for a poll that I otherwise didn't think would get that many votes. But I did the numbers, and I've put together a very simple PowerPoint presentation to finally show you guys the results. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go check it out. Teleport now! Teleported. There we go. Now we're in a proper attire. So here we are, guys. Here is the top 100 manga series of all time, according to the international anime community. Now, because I did put this list together myself, I do know the results to this poll, but it's still very fascinating. I wasn't expecting a lot of the, I guess, entries in this poll. So yeah, let's go through one at a time, shall we? Let's start with 100th to 91st. So we have at the 100th place, Tate no Yusha no Nariagari, which I think is probably a brand new one. It's based off a light novel series. It's recently come out. So it's surprising to see that on the poll at all. But as you can see, 100th place has 236 votes. So that just goes to show how many of you motherfuckers actually, like, voted on this shit. It's insane. 99th, we had Vampire Knight. Absolute classic, love it. 98 is Hellsing, which I find really interesting because I didn't even know that Hellsing had a manga. Like, most people know Hellsing for the anime, you know, but hey, now it's given me an excuse to go check out the Hellsing manga. Maybe I'm the only one that didn't know about it. But number 97, we have Beelzebub. Fantastic Shonen Jump series. I definitely preferred the manga to Beelzebub more so than the anime. So it's good to see that the Beelzebub manga is getting some nice recognition. 96 is Golden Kamui. which I'm personally very, very happy about. Golden Kamuy, if you guys saw in my last video, my what will I be watching for the fall 2018 anime season, then you would know that I fucking praise the shit out of Golden Kamuy since season 2 is coming out. Absolutely fantastic manga. I do wish though it was just a little bit higher on this poll, not gonna lie, just personally saying, because I love Golden Kamuy, but hey, I'm happy that it even got the recognition at all, so I'll take that. 94th, we have a tie. Both of them are from Shonen Jump, D-Gray Man and Rurouni Kenshin, which I was very surprised about. D-Gray Man and Rurouni Kenshin both are absolutely fantastic manga, but I definitely do think that there is really like a kind of a set demographic of manga readers that were really into D-Gray Man and Rurouni Kenshin. Like, D-Gray Man especially was around when I was growing up, and it's fucking fantastic manga. And Rurouni Kenshin is just a classic Shonen Jump. But I feel that both of them got where they were, thanks to, in no small part, their anime adaptations, rather. But 93, we have Overlord, which only just scraped in with 1 extra vote, which I'm also very surprised about. I haven't read the manga for Overlord. I've read the original light novel and watched the anime, and I love both of them, so hey, now I gotta check out Overlord. Number 92, we have Your Lie in April, which I was very surprised was actually this far down on the poll, considering that there are actually plenty of like professional manga artists out there who have cited Your Lie in April as being either A, their inspiration, or B, like, it is a manga that manga artists think is the greatest manga of all time. Like, there's this very famous interview of Oda Eiichiro, the author of One Piece, who goes on record to say that Your Lie in April is a manga that he wish he wrote. So, if fucking Oda Sensei, like, praises the shit out of Your Lie in April, then you know you gotta check it out if you haven't yet. It's a fucking fantastic manga. The anime is great as well, so definitely check it out. And number 91, we have Liar Game. A little bit more of an adult twist to it this time, but yeah, again, this one is also fantastic. Very Death Note styled, psychological, horror, thriller kind of series. Definitely recommend it. But anyway, let's move on. So 90 to 81, or in this case 89 to 81, because we have a tie for 89, Aku no Hana and the 7 Deadly Sins, which is 2 series that is very interesting to me because they're very much on the opposite sides of the spectrum. Like, Aku no Hana is very, very adult, as opposed to the 7 Deadly Sins is very shonen. Number 88 is No Game No Life, which is also a manga that I've heard is very, very famous or infamous. I personally haven't read the manga for it because it is based off a light novel. If a series is based off a light novel originally, but it also has a manga counterpart, I personally would prefer to read the original light novel. And I have read the original light novel for No Game No Life. I think I've read up to maybe the 5th or 6th volume, so I've read quite far into it, and it's great. I love it. I just haven't really touched upon the manga all that much because I already got the full experience from reading the light novel, the original light novel. So I recommend you go read light novels, but I've heard that the No Game No Life manga is also pretty good. Number 87 is Last Game. Now, this is a series that I don't actually know. I had to actually go and look it up. And it looks very, very interesting. I'm surprised I've never heard of it. I think this is the first series in this list so far. And there are a number of them in this list, don't get me wrong, that I haven't heard of or I haven't read. And you know, like, you might be thinking like, well, you're the anime man, you should have read all of these. It's hard to read 100 series, okay? Give me a break that I at least know most of them. But Last Game is one that I definitely need to go check out, considering that it's on this list. Number 86 is Bungo Stray Dogs. Again, I've heard the manga for this is absolutely fantastic. I actually really quite enjoyed the anime. I really liked it a lot. I haven't really sunken my teeth into the manga for this, but I plan to one of these days. Number 85, which was a huge surprise to me, was Siren, which is, again, another Shonen Jump manga. As you can see, Shonen Jump is so far quite dominating in this list, even on the lower end of the spectrum. I was very surprised about Siren, actually, because I didn't think a lot of people knew about Siren. I loved it. I absolutely love the series, but it's just very surprising to know that it's, you know, got enough. It won the hearts of 280 people, you know, which is bizarre to think about. Number 84 is Dengeki Daisy. Again, another series I've never heard of, but it looks great, so I'll definitely check it out. Number 83 is Nichijou, which I'm absolutely fucking stoked about. I loved it that people are so into the Nichijou manga, because I know the anime was so fucking, like, mind-blowing revolutionary in terms of comedy manga, or comedy anime rather. And it's great, because Nichijou especially is great because Kyoto Animation, when adapting Nichijou, directly took the art style and feel from the original manga. So for those of you who are going into the Nichijou manga who have already watched the anime, it's very familiar to you because it looks exactly the same. It's just like still shots. Also, not to mention that even though it may look the same and you might think, oh, it's just repetitive to read the manga if it looks exactly the same, they didn't adapt 3 of the volumes, so you'll get 3 extra volumes of content that they didn't adapt into an anime if you read the manga. Number 82 is, again, another one that I haven't read, which a lot of people get on my ass about, Ori no Seraph. I don't know, man. I've heard of this series so many times. So many people have asked me to review it over the past, like, two or 3 years or so. There's always just a really vocal community for Ori no Seraph. And I mean, hey, if it's that vocal and it's on this list, then it's got to be worth it, right? It's got to be worth something, so I'll definitely check it out. Number 81, which is another series that I haven't read yet either, is 10 Count, but I have heard of it, and it looks epic. Moving on. Going now into the top 80 to 71. First up, we have Ao Haru Idol. So finally, we have a fucking shoujo manga up here, which is fucking awesome to see. Ao Haru Idol is a great shoujo manga. I absolutely recommend it. Number 79, again, kind of more in the shoujo side of things, well, not really shoujo, but Takashi Rumiko, is Inuyasha, the original Inuyasha manga. I mean, that's really not surprising at all to me. I absolutely love Inuyasha. Fucking great. Takashi Rumiko's a genius. What more can I say about that? Number 78 is Akame ga Kill. Now, you guys probably know how I feel about Akame ga Kill. Not that huge into it, but I can definitely see why it is so popular. A lot of people are into it. I personally just didn't really get into it. I didn't think it was that great, sorry. And yes, I did read the manga, don't worry. I'm not just judging it from the anime, because I know a lot of the fans of the Akame ga Kill manga community were like, oh, don't read the anime, don't watch the anime because they changed the ending. The ending to the manga is way better. I watched and read both, man, and I don't know, I wasn't that huge into it. But that's just me. Obviously, 313 people at least disagree with me on this part, so yeah, that's interesting. Number 77 is Kakigurui. Now, that also doesn't surprise me. Kakigurui, when the anime adaptation came out, the manga was exploding in popularity. Absolutely not surprised that Kakigurui is on here. Number 76, which I'm personally very happy to see, is Katekyo Hitman Reborn, another Shonen Jump series from my childhood, fam. I fucking love Katekyo Hitman Reborn. The anime was fucking awesome, and it's great. I love it. I love it. Number 75 is Nana, again, representing the other shoujo manga side of things. Absolutely love it. Number 74, this is a typo, sorry about that, is 91 Days. Not 19 days, 91 days. Now, I haven't actually read the manga for 91 Days, but I did watch the anime, and I really enjoyed the anime. I thought the anime was really, really good. So I'm definitely inclined to go check out the manga for 91 Days as well. Number 73 is Tales of Demons and Gods, which is also another series that I had never known about, but I'm definitely going to check it out. Number 72, which makes me very happy, is Doubt. I love the fact that do I have Doubt? No, I don't have Doubt, but I do have Judge up here, which is the sequel to Doubt. Doubt is fucking incredible. It is one of the best horror manga series, like stories that I have ever read, and there's Doubt and there's also Secret, which are the 2 series that follow after, which are both also fucking incredible. So if you enjoy Doubt, and if you enjoy your horror manga, then I recommend you go check that out. And number 71 is an absolute classic. I'm very happy that it's there, but I also wasn't surprised that it's there. Akira. Otomo Katsuhiro, a motherfucking genius. He made one of the best anime films of all time, and he also made one of the greatest cyberpunk manga of all time, inarguably, but at least I think it is. So it's great to see that it is at number 71. Moving on now to 70 to 62. First off, we have The Breaker. Now, this one is an interesting entry because it's a manhwa. Now, I told people when voting for this top 100 manga poll that I wasn't just going to limit it to manga. I also asked people to put in some manhwa, which is Korean comics, and I also asked people to put in webtoons because I wanted to know, not only did I want to know what the top 100 manga was, the most popular manga was, but I also wanted to see how much of an impact manhwa and webtoons have also made in the otaku community, on the online otaku community. And the fact that The Breaker is here, which is a manhwa, which is a Korean manga, is at number 70 with 369 votes. Just very surprised me. I was expecting a bunch of manhwa to come into the top 10. Like, there were a few manhwa series that I was like, okay, that's probably gonna make it into the top 10. But yeah, even further down this line, like, there are a bunch of manhwa series that have made it onto the list. And I personally haven't read The Breaker, but I definitely checked it out a little bit just to see what it was about. And it looks like my shit. So I'm definitely gonna thank you 369 people for recommending that to me and recommending it to people watching this video. Number 69 is Hoseki no Kuni. Very much like Kakegurui, the anime exploded in popularity and so did the manga. Like, everything just kind of got pushed all the way up. So definitely not surprised. And the manga for Hoseki no Kuni is fucking beautiful. Like, if you thought the anime was beautiful, dude, read the manga for Hoseki no Kuni. It is gorgeous. Number 68 is my personal favorite, Claymore. You know, I love my dark fantasy stuff, and I love Claymore. Again, Claymore was another Shonen Jump manga from my childhood. Absolutely fucking loved it. And it's great to see that it has the recognition that I think it so deserves. So great to see Claymore on the list. Number 67 is Hajime no Ippo. Now, I'm very surprised that Hajime no Ippo is actually this far down. You know, a lot of people say that Hajime no Ippo is arguably the greatest sports manga ever written. Now, I'm not going to completely agree with that, because I have a bunch of other sports manga that I personally like, but I definitely do think that between Ashita no Joe and Hajime no Ippo, those two are probably some of the best boxing manga ever created. And Hajime no Ippo definitely has a lot more of a, you know, higher points in the popularity scale compared to Ashita no Joe, considering that, you know, Ashita no Joe was written in like the 60s, so not many people know about it. But I also absolutely love Hajime no Ippo. Absolutely fantastic boxing manga. Very, very long though, so I'm just a pre-warning to anyone who is thinking of stepping their foot into Hajime no Ippo, because that shit is long as fuck. Number 66 is Sailor Moon, the original Sailor Moon series, which makes me very happy. I grew up reading the Sailor Moon manga, I grew up watching the Sailor Moon anime, I watched all of the movies. I'm a massive Sailor Moon fan, so no arguing there. What can you say? Takeuchi Naoko revolutionized magical girls with this show, and it's the fact that it's still standing to the test of time now, after all these years, incredible. So, absolutely fantastic manga, definitely worth checking out. Bumping up, so many trains. Number 65 is Mob Psycho 100, and we are bumping up quite high with 50 extra votes. Yeah, Mob Psycho. I was fully expecting One Punch Man to come into this list, and so I thought, well, Mob Psycho has also been kind of riding the One Punch Man hype train, and the anime was very, very successful and absolutely fantastic, critically and commercially successful. And the manga is great. I love it. Mob Psycho, it's definitely an interesting one, but I love it. Number 64 is Orange. Now, I'm not surprised that Orange is on this list. Me personally though, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I know, it's weird, like, it's not that I don't like shoujo manga either. Like, every shoujo manga that has been on this list so far, I fucking love. It's great. Something about Orange, couldn't put my finger on it. Something about it, I just couldn't enjoy. And don't worry, I've read all of the manga, I've watched all of the anime, I even watched the motherfucking live action of this shit. So I've experienced this story in every iteration that exists. And it's just something about it. I didn't enjoy it. Although the art style for the manga is probably the most beautiful. Something about the story that I was just like, nah, it's not for me. But obviously 446 people got their hearts stolen by this show. So yeah, if you like your shoujo, romance stuff, coming of age stuff, then go check it out. Number 63 is an absolute classic, Detective Conan. I think this is the first series that is still serializing and is on this list. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might have forgotten another one that was on here. But Detective Conan has been going on for a really long time. I think that shit's almost at 100 volumes now, which is insane to think about. Maybe it's more, I don't know. But Detective Conan, absolute classic. A lot of favorites for a lot of people. Absolutely fantastic mystery series. Definitely recommend it. And number 62, which I'm also very happy about, is Goblin Slayer. I haven't actually checked out the manga for Goblin Slayer. I've read all of the light novels, and the anime is coming out literally next week, I think, at the recording of this video. But I've heard so many people were so into the Goblin Slayer manga. Like, that shit I've heard is gory as shit, is brutal as shit, it is edgy in the good way, and I can absolutely agree. Like, having read the original light novel series and talked to the man who created it, I can definitely say that this series is a fucking banger, so definitely go check it out. Moving on to the last part of the second half, this number 60 to 59, and at number 60 we have a tie between Citrus and Muggy. Now, Citrus I have read. It's great. I've recommended it to a lot of people. Don't recommend the anime all so much. I was very, very disappointed with the anime, which personally makes me cry. But the manga is great. Absolutely fantastic Yuri series. I think this is the first Yuri series, actually, that's on this list. So that's fucking awesome. Good on you. And number 60 tie is Magi, which is another series that I feel the same, you know, Seven Deadly Sins or in the Seraph community give me a lot of shit about to not read. I feel, I don't know, like, to me, I feel like all of the people who read, you know, Owari no Seraph and Seven Deadly Sins also read Magi. You know, it's that, like, side of the community. And they all get on my ass because I haven't read any of those that they all love. But obviously Muggy is really up here at number 60, so, and I've heard it's great. I've heard it's absolutely fantastic. So definitely gonna go check it out. Number 59 is Slam Dunk. Now, I'm a little bit disappointed, not because it's on this list, but because it's so far down on this list. I talked about Hajime no Ippo earlier, how a lot of people argue that that's the greatest sports manga of all time. I think Slam Dunk is the greatest sports manga of all time. That's just me. That's just saying, like, there's a fact that I have all of the volumes on my shelf right there. Like, that shit changed my life when I was in middle school when this shit came out. Like, when I first read this manga, it blew my mind. I'm like, manga can be this beautiful and this epic at the same time. That was the moment where I was like, wow, manga's fucking awesome. And, you know, and Slam Dunk, like, it's about basketball, yeah. It's really simple. It's just about a bunch of dudes who play basketball, but the deep beauty behind that manga is just so captivating, and I would absolutely recommend it if you haven't read it yet. You don't even have to be into basketball. That's the thing. When I first started reading Slam Dunk, I didn't know I didn't know anything about basketball, like, at all. But I just went into it because a friend of mine recommended it to me, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm not that into basketball, so I'm probably not gonna enjoy this. And I just whizzed through all of it. And it is up there as one of my favorite manga series of all time. So definitely go check it out if you're a fan of sports manga, but if you're just a fan of manga in general, you have to read this manga. Number 58 is The God of High School. Now, this is another manhwa, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, which I haven't read. I've realized I haven't really delved into the manhwa world all that much. I've done a few videos on some manhwa in my channel, or on my channel rather, but this is another one that I hear the name of. Like, The Breaker and this one are two names in the manhwa world that I definitely hear a lot about. Also, Tower of God, I think it's called. Is another one that a lot of people recommend. Like, those three are like the big three in the manhwa world, I feel. And yeah, it's number 58, which is really high up. But it's also nice to see, you know, some levels of diversity between manga, manhwa, and webtoons. You know, it's great that the manhwa side of things is definitely getting its voice heard in these kinds of polls. So it's great. I'm very happy about the fact that I included manhwa and webtoons, because it's giving some light to these otherwise, you know, non-Japanese manga. You know, it's like, who cares? Like, if it's good, then it's good. And obviously, over 500 people thought that this manhwa, at least, was fucking epic. So, hey, everybody wins. Number 57 is Ouran High School Host Club, which I also do believe was in the top 100 manga poll, top 100 anime poll rather, as well. And as I said in that video, not a huge fan of this series, personally, but I know a lot of people are into this series. Like, I mean, I have, like, some of my best friends are all over Ouran High School Host Club. Like C-Dog VA, one of my best friends. He's like all over Ouran High School Host Club. Do I hate him for it? No, I don't give a shit. Like, if you enjoy it, then you enjoy it. It's just not for me. I didn't really think it was that great. But hey, obviously, like, Connor and 500 other people, at least in this poll, disagree with me. So, yeah, definitely go check that out. Number 56 is Skip Beat. I haven't heard of Skip Beat in a very, very long time. I read that shit ages ago. But it's great to see it's made its name up here. And number 55, which is also another series that I haven't read in a very long time, but is equally epic, Noblesse. I'm actually very surprised that Noblesse is this, like, high up. Like, I know it's like, Noblesse is especially very much a cult classic when it comes to the manga world, but I'm just very surprised that it's this high up on the poll. And, you know, I fucking love it. It's great. Number 54 is Blam, which I am very surprised that this shit even made it onto the list. Like, Blam is a very, very unique manga. It's almost not even a manga. When you read Blam, it gives you a completely different experience, I feel, to like a standard manga. That's not saying that's a bad thing. Like Blam is a fucking genius manga. Nihei Tsutomu Sensei is an absolutely incredible artist, and he's incredible architectural artist, rather, like buildings and stuff like that, an environmental artist, and he uses that to full effect in Blam with a very captivating story. It just sucks that the Netflix movie for it wasn't that fantastic. So if you were a little bit disappointed by the Netflix movie, as was I and many other people, then go check out the manga, because it is absolutely fucking epic. Number 53 is Lumine. Or Lumine, I think it's Lumine, which I think is the first webtoon to finally make it onto this list, so fucking congratulations, Lumine. God damn, like, you are popular. I was not expecting that. Lumine is the webtoon with, like, the fox guy who a lot of people say looks like my character. I mean, I'll put the two characters together side by side, and you make the decision. But I've read a little bit of Lumine, because Aki actually recommended this to me, because she said, hey, the main character in this kind of looks like your character, and I'm like, oh my god, it kind of does. And I read it, and it's great. But I'm just really happy that both manhwa and webtoon so far are making a name for itself in this poll. You know, it's great. Finally, we have a webtoon representing in a top 100 manga poll, and I think it's great. You know, a little bit of diversity never hurts. Number 52 is The Gamer, which is another one that I haven't heard of, but I'm definitely keen to check it out. And number 51, absolute classic, Blue Exorcist. So yeah, so far the bottom 50 have been really interesting mixed bag of all sorts of series, but let's see what the top 50, the top half, has to bring for us. Let's go. Starting off at number 50 is Dead Man Wonderland. Absolute classic. The anime was great, except for the way that it ended, but at least the ending to the manga made up for the shitty anime ending. Number 49 is 20th Century Boys. Y'all motherfuckers who voted for this shit, I love you. I'm so happy that 20th Century Boys, I'm so happy that Urasawa Naoki's name has been gifted to this poll, and in the top 50 as well. Fucking love you guys for that, so thank you. Absolutely fantastic manga. Urasawa Naoki's a genius, go check him out. Number 48 is Lookism, which is again another series that I've never heard of, but I'm definitely keen to check it out. Number 47 is Sweet Home, which I actually did a video on. Links to that in the description. It is a webtoon, a Korean webtoon, so I guess it's a manhwa webtoon. I guess that's how you call it. It's a manhwa, essentially. It's a horror manhwa about like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing, like a bioterrorism kind of thing. Absolutely fantastic. If you want to know more details about it, I go fully in depth into it in my video, so definitely go check it out if you're interested. Number 46 is Unordinary. Never heard of it, definitely keen to check it out. Number 45 is Bakuman. Again, absolutely classic, Shonen Jump, Obata Takeshi making his name in this list. Number 44 is Real Life, which is, I believe, another like webcomic or web manga. Well, originally the web manga exploded and then it brought along the anime adaptation, which was pretty decent in my opinion. And the manga for it is pretty good as well. Number 43 is Uzumaki. Fucking, we had to have some Ito Junji in this shit, man. Like, I was so fucking nervous when I was calculating these numbers. I was like, where is the Ito Junji? Is Ito Junji not gonna get any love in this poll? But luckily, at least 773 of you pulled through and brought Ito Junji some love, so thank you. Number 42 is Soul Eater. Absolutely classic, no denying that, everybody loves it. Number 41 is Nisekoi, which I was actually pretty surprised about. I do like Nisekoi, don't get me wrong, like, I absolutely love Nisekoi, but out of all of the rom-com shonen series from Shonen Jump, Nisekoi is definitely not my favorite. I have a bunch of other kind of, you know, ecchi, harem, you know, romantic comedy type Shonen Jump series that I would definitely put above Nisekoi. But hey, I mean, a lot of people liked it. The anime was interesting, except for the second season wasn't that great. But we're talking about the manga here, not the anime. So yeah, it's still good. I definitely do still recommend the manga. Moving on to 40 to 31, starting off with number 40 is Black Clover. Now, you know, we all saw that controversy of the anime, you know, and it just being a fucking noise fest. But I've actually heard from many credible sources and many friends of mine that the Black Clover manga is actually really fucking good. Like, it starts off slow, but it really picks up. And so I'm definitely keen to check it out, you know. Again, wasn't the biggest fan of the anime. I mean, I tried to sit through all of it. It was really fucking difficult because I was getting ear raped every 5 seconds by the main character. But hey, in the manga, we don't have any of that shit. All we have to enjoy is still pictures, so definitely gonna check it out. Number 39, Fruits Basket. Again, bringing back the good old classic shoujos, I love it. Number 38 is Haikyuu, another series that I have also failed to start reading, but I've heard it's fucking amazing. Number 37 is Grand Blue. Thank you. Fucking awesome. I love you guys for picking Grand Blue, because this shit is fucking incredible. It is incredibly hilarious, incredibly unique in my opinion. The art style is glorious. I love everything about this series. So if you enjoy your comedic stuff, definitely go check out Grand Blue. Number 36 is Made in Abyss. Absolutely not surprising. I mean, Made in Abyss was like, you know, the greatest anime of 2017, in my opinion, and in a lot of people's opinions. And the anime, or the manga for it rather, was also fucking incredible. So, not surprised there. Number 35 is Assassination Classroom. Like, who can deny it? We had 2 whole seasons of the anime. Like, the manga went through all sorts of roller coasters with an absolutely beautiful ending. Like, the ending to Assassination Classroom is fucking magnificent. I loved it. So, definitely go check it out. Number 34 is Kingdom, which again, I'm not surprised about. Kingdom has exploded in popularity, especially in Japan, but now also apparently in the West as well. So yeah, I haven't caught up to Kingdom. I think I stopped around volume 5 or 6, so I definitely want to start picking it up again now that I've been recommended by almost 1,000 of you guys. Number 33 is Pandora Hearts, again, an absolute classic, no denying that. Number 32, we're finally getting into the 4-digit votes, is Gintama. And, like, who can deny that? Gintama's a fucking amazing Shonen Jump manga. You know, and at the recording of this video, at the time of this recording, we've also finished it. It's ended in Shonen Jump, which was a bit sad, but hey, we got to see the last bits of it, and it was absolutely hilarious. And number 31 is Bastard, which I believe is made by the same person who made Sweet Home. So both Sweet Home and Bastard have both made it into the top 50, which is incredible. Like, for a manhwa, 2 series made by the same guy to be both in the top 50 is incredible, to me, at least. So yeah, definitely gonna go. I haven't checked out Bastard yet, but I'm definitely gonna go check it out in the near future. Moving on to the top 30 now, and at number 30 we have Yona of the Dawn, which I believe also made it into the top 100 anime poll, but definitely not as high, if I remember correctly. I think it was in like the 90s, it kind of just scraped in. So obviously the manga for it is a lot more popular. I haven't actually read the manga for Yona of the Dawn. I've checked out a little bit of the manga, but I checked out a little bit of the anime rather, but I haven't checked out the manga for it yet, so I'm definitely gonna check it out now that you guys have recommended it to me. Number 29 is Vinland Saga. Hell yeah, it is. Fucking Vinland Saga is an incredible manga. In my opinion, on the same level as Golden Kamuy. But obviously, Vinland Saga is a lot more of a, you know, a more notorious title in terms of the manga world. So I'm very happy that Vinland Saga is here. I'm very happy that over 1,000 of you guys have given Vinland Saga some love and appreciation. Number 28 is Monster. Again, Urasawa Naoki is a fucking genius. The fact that 20th Century Boys made it up here, and I saw 20th Century Boys up here and I'm like, I hope to God that at least Monster is on here. And it is, because it's an incredible manga. It's a masterpiece manga. So I definitely recommend you go check it out. Number 27 is Noragami, which again, I'm absolutely not surprised about. There is a very, very dedicated fan base to the Noragami series, both manga and anime. So I'm definitely not surprised that this series is up here. Number 26 is Tower of God, as I mentioned earlier. Like, you know, out of the big 3 manhwas, I knew that I saw, you know, God of High School up there, and I'm like, okay, if God of High School is here, then Tower of God needs to be here, because that's the manhwa series I hear the most about. And there you go, it's number 26, which is incredible if you think about it. Out of all of the manga series that are known, you know, a manhwa, Tower of God is up here so high. Like, that's pretty fucking incredible if you think about it. So, you know, if you haven't given manhwa a go yet, definitely check it out. Like, the fact that there are so many manhwa and webtoon series on this poll is proof that it's making a huge breakthrough, and it definitely deserves recognition. Number 25 is The Promised Neverland. Absolutely cannot disagree with that. I've caught up to speed on The Promised Neverland. A fucking amazing manga. Definitely not Shonen Jump. Like, it is definitely, you know, separated from the standard Shonen Jump style, but it's great. Nonetheless, it's absolutely fantastic. Number 24 is Horimiya, which I've heard of but haven't started yet. But don't worry, I'll definitely get to it. Number 23 is Vagabond. Fuck yes, it is. Fuck yes, Vagabond is on here. Oh my god, I was so happy I saw so many votes for Vagabond. I mean, it's written by the same guy who did Slam Dunk, and, you know, the author, not only did he manage to create the greatest basketball manga ever created, or sports manga ever created, but he also managed to write Vagabond, which is considered one of the greatest samurai manga ever written. And Vagabond, if you thought Slam Dunk was beautiful, Vagabond is like, it's like walking into the Louvre of manga. Like, it is just beautiful art. Beautifully presented, beautifully, very somber, yet very detailed story and characters. Everything about Vagabond is fucking beautiful, and it is just getting better and better by the chapter. So if you love your samurai shit and you love your beautiful manga, definitely recommend it. Number 22 is I Love You, which I also do believe is another webtoon. I think it's a manhwa. Yeah, I think it's a webtoon manhwa. I haven't checked it out personally, but I've definitely heard of it, so I'm definitely gonna check it out. And number 21 is Gantz, which I'm actually quite surprised about. I thought that the Gantz community of the Gantz manga was a little bit topsy-turvy. I know, like, the people who love it really love it, but the people who hate it really hate it. For me, at least, I fucking love it. Gantz is great. Everything that author has done, Inuyashiki as well, which is done by the same guy, is a fucking incredible manga. But definitely go check out Gantz if you're into your, your gory, creepy kind of series. Moving on now to the 20th, the top 20. And starting off, number 20 is Killing Stalking, which I was absolutely fully expecting to see. It's great. I love it. I've done a video on it, links in the description, definitely go check it out. Number 19 is 7 Deadly Sins. So it seems like I have actually miscalculated 7 Deadly Sins and the 7 Deadly Sins. So it is number 19 on this poll, but it seems like I have miscalculated it. So my bad, guys. 7 Deadly Sins is probably closer to like 11th or 12th on this poll. But hey, at least 7 Deadly Sins still made it into the top 20, So hey, just look. It's hard, okay? Like, I had to calculate this shit by myself. Try and count 160,000 votes by yourself in 2 months, okay? While also making videos. It's hard, so you gotta give me a little bit of slack, alright? Alright, guys? It's in the top 20. Don't worry, 7 Deadly Sins fans. Don't get triggered. It's up here, okay? So just chill out. Number 18 is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Again, like, this is getting to the point now where, like, we can start to see some, like, really, really popular names, and some names that, obviously, no one is complaining about. Like, Killing Stalking, fucking fantastic. 7 Deadly Sins is great, I've heard. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is the shit made it into the Louvre. Like, literally, they had a JoJo exhibition at the Louvre in France. So, that shit is beautiful and artistic if it made it into the fucking Louvre. Number 17 is Bleach, which I was actually pretty surprised about. With the whole decline of Bleach and the whole fucking up of the Aizen arc and everything after, and the absolutely destroyed, reputation of the series after all of that downpour, I'm still surprised that a lot of people still consider Bleach fantastic. And I do. I do as well. But for me, Bleach ends at the Soul Society arc. Because after the Aizen arc, I was just kind of like, I kind of lost interest in Bleach, which is probably not a good thing. Like, I should probably go back and actually finish Bleach. I know how it ends. There's a huge gap for me between the end of the Aizen arc and the ending of Bleach, essentially. So I definitely have to go back and check that out. Number 16 is Oyasumi Punpun. My mans, thank you to whoever voted for Oyasumi Punpun, because that is one of the greatest manga series ever made, in my opinion. I have everything there. I interviewed Inio Asano, the creator. He's a great guy. And you have to check out, it's one of those manga that you have to read before you die. Don't worry, it will get you depressed as fuck, but it's great nonetheless. Number 15 is Food Wars, which I haven't really caught up to. I know a lot of people kill me for that. A lot of my friends will, crucify me for that shit. But it's fantastic. Shonen Jump, it's making a name for itself in Shonen Jump, so you know it's good. Number 14 is Dragon Ball, classic Shonen Jump. No complaints about that. Number 13 is Fairy Tail. Again, can't complain. I wasn't huge into it, but it is there's a reason why it's part of the Big Four. So I'm not going to say anything on that matter. Number 12 is Black Butler, which I was actually pretty surprised about. I was expecting Black Butler to be on this list, but not this high up on this list. It's incredible to think over 2,000 people voted for Black Butler. And number 11 is A Silent Voice, which I'm not surprised about, considering that the movie was a huge critically and commercially, success. And the manga for it is beautiful. Like, if you thought the movie was beautiful, the manga for A Silent Voice has a different beauty to it that the movie couldn't quite translate. Don't get me wrong, the movie is still fucking incredible, but the manga for it is really something else. Like, this shit won an award, so it won a manga award. So it just goes to show you how fucking beautiful it is. And here we go, guys. I think we're about to go into the top 10. So let's see what it's like. At number 10 is Hunter x Hunter. Not surprising at all. People absolutely love it, and hey, it's great. I love it. Togashi is a genius. Number 9 is Death Note. It's fucking incredible to see both the manga and anime so high up. I think the anime for Death Note was like it was in the top 5, I believe, in the top 100 manga, the anime poll rather, and it's in the top 10 for the manga poll as well. I personally prefer the manga over the anime, but hey, both are fucking incredible. Number 8 is Full Metal Alchemist, which is interesting because in the top 100 anime poll, Full Metal Alchemist was number 1, but here it's number 8. The manga for it is definitely not as well known as the anime. Definitely more people have watched Full Metal Alchemist rather than they have read Full Metal Alchemist, but both are still fucking incredible and, you know, successful, and everybody loves them. Number 7 is One Punch Man. Again, I think everybody saw this coming. The fact that Mob Psycho is on the list, it means that One Punch Man has to be on the list, and really high up on the list. And there you go, it's at number 7. If you love the anime for One Punch Man, but you haven't read the manga for it, definitely go check out the manga for it. It's incredible. Number 6 is Naruto. Again, no surprises there. It's fucking Naruto. It's Boruto's dad. Everybody likes Boruto's dad, okay? Let's move on. Here we are at the top 5, and at number 5 is Attack on Titan with 3,451 votes. Again, it's Attack on Titan. It's fucking Attack on Titan. Everybody loves it, so no complaints there. Number 4, which I am so happy about, with jumping up to 6,000 votes, is Berserk. My boys, to the 6,000 of you that voted for Berserk, we are fucking best friends. Berserk is incredible, it is genius, it is a ride, it is unforgettable, it is epic in every sense of the word. And the fact that it's still going means that the epic ride is still continuing, and it is incredible. Please, I don't care if you say you're not a fan of dark fantasy, at least give Berserk a go. Don't fuck with the anime adaptations, except for the 90s one. The 90s one was okay, but the 2017, 2016 Berserk, don't fuck with them. The movie, don't fuck with it. Just read the manga. I'm telling you right now, eye to eye, read the Berserk manga, I beg of you. I'm trying to get Aki to read it, and she's not budging, but when she gets here, I'm making her read fucking Berserk, okay? Because it is my life, so happy that Berserk is up here. Number 3 is My Hero Academia. Again, no surprise, it is, you know, at the time of this recording, Boku no Hero Academia is exploding in popularity. The movie recently just came out, at least here in the cinemas. Everyone's talking about it, everyone's, you know, fucking getting views from it on YouTube, everyone is jizzing all over it, everyone's cosplaying it. No complaints there. And number 2 is Tokyo Ghoul. I'm actually really surprised. I thought that My Hero Academia would be above Tokyo Ghoul. Honestly, like, I knew the Tokyo Ghoul manga would be up here, but I didn't think it'd be number 2. And I think it only just lost to the first place. Like, I believe first and second place, Tokyo Ghoul and the first place, which is coming up, were really, really close. So I'm actually very, very surprised. I thought My Hero Academia in the first place would be really close, but Tokyo Ghoul was like, nah, hold my beer, and just snuck in there. It's incredible. But yeah, without further ado, guys, we are about to present the number 1 manga, the greatest, top 1 manga series of all time, according to the international community. Now, you're probably thinking, could it be that one? Could it be that one? What could it be? So, yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think the top 1 is. And here we go. The number 1 greatest manga series of all time, according to the international anime community, is One Piece. Yay! No surprise. No surprise. No, absolutely no surprise. One Piece is up there. I mean, it is the highest selling manga of all time. Of all manga that has ever been released in the world, of all the hundreds and thousands of manga series that have ever been created, One Piece still stands as the most commercially and critically successful manga series of all time. That's so fucking insane to think about, you know? And the fact that everybody still loves it to this day, after like, how many fucking years of it airing almost? Like, over 20 years of it serializing, at least. And, you know, like, the incredible thing about One Piece, in my opinion, is that a lot of long-running series especially, with each new arc in the story, a lot of the times the arcs start to get tedious, they start to get boring, people start to lose interest. But One Piece, I feel, is one of the few manga series where every succeeding arc is more successful than its previous arc. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so for every new arc that comes out, people are saying this current arc is the best. And then when the next arc comes around, no, this current arc was the best. Like the Wano arc, I think it's called the Wano arc right now, which is the current arc. I'm not caught up to One Piece, by the way, but the Wano arc, people are saying is the greatest, is the best arc so far. Correct me if I'm wrong, One Piece fans, but that's just what I've heard. Okay, like I haven't caught up to it. That's not my opinion. That's just what I've heard on the internet. But I can say so far, I've read up to the Punk Hazard arc. And I can say, having read up to the Punk Hazard arc, that, yeah, Punk Hazard was probably the best arc so far in my One Piece experience. Like, you know, there are obviously some absolutely classic arcs that you can't hate, like the Alabaster arc and the Water 7 arc and all of those. Like, you know, the Impel Down arc was great as well. But yeah, it's incredible to think that with every succeeding arc, One Piece is just getting better and better and better and better and more and more and more successful as time goes on. And if you think about it, there aren't that many manga series that are capable of doing that. Even the greats out there, like Dragon Ball, like Naruto, like Fairy Tail, like Bleach, like, you know, at one point, there's been a dip in popularity, but One Piece has just continuously been #1, continuously on top of the game. And, you know, like, regardless of if you like or hate One Piece, like, you can't deny Oda Eiichiro's impact and his creative genius in that field. You know, it's insane what that guy can do. Absolutely not surprised that One Piece has made it onto this list. But there you go, guys. That is the top 100 manga series of all time according to the international community. I know a lot of people were harassing me on Twitter and the YouTube comments saying, Joey, when's this coming out? When's this coming out? You announced this 2 months ago and we're still waiting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a long time coming, and I'm just really happy that I was able to present it to you guys in this fashion, finally present it to you in a video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, what you think about the placements on here. What did you think about certain series that made it on here? What about certain series that you thought should have made it on there? And yeah, I just really want to thank you guys for making this project a success. The top 100 anime series was an absolute success. This one as well has been an absolute success. So I'm just very, very happy that we managed to do this together as a community. You know, like so many wars start between, you know, members of the community, the otaku community, the online otaku community. But it's just great to see that, you know, sometimes we can just come together and fucking geek out over some manga, you know? It's great. I love it. That's the whole reason why I decided to embark on this huge project to begin with. So if you guys would like to see anything similar to this, maybe you guys can suggest, you know, if we decide to do another top 100 or a huge community poll, what poll would you like to see? We did a top 100 anime. We did a top 100 manga. Maybe top 100 visual novel? Maybe top 100 light novel? Top 100 hentai? I know a lot of people were suggesting that. I don't know if you guys were being serious, but hey, let me know in the comments below. Tweet it to me over at Twitter. And yeah, I'm just really happy that this project is finally over. Calculating 160,000 votes by myself was not fun. Let me just say that. Considering that only 100 of them showed up, you know, and I can calculate at least like over 1,000 different series that you guys voted on. So let's just say like almost 90% of the numbers that I calculated didn't even make it into this video. So you gotta give me some credit for that. Right? But guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. As always, like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for more anime banner, and I'll see you guys in the next video of whatever I make. Keep watching anime. Ciao!